rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference, 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict, you on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton, but with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin', look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to let me. Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottle. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't greatest, mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, wasn't instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You clout chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough. Damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2 that's like 4-2. They be sharing me. Okay, they working like the rent do. Rent got them doing. That's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack. Read this.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
And cycle.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
able to put this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. They'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a third and goal here. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Saints have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need some.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
On second down, Elliott. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Returnable here for Callaway. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Got to give their offensive coordinator credit there. He got right into the head of the defensive coordinator, because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit what a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up a first down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target and delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Taking in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He'll look to throw. And oh, that is going to be a safety.
I'm going to give them a ton of credit here because they're just refusing to give that other sideline any kind of hope. That safety not only kills the drive, but adds to a big early lead. And the way that this one's going, I would expect that lead to continue to grow in the ensuing possessions.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Now Callaway on the return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. And his throw is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Here we go. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him in, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over first and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. He'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Alontae Taylor. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now back to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Reagor. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The quarterback will keep it himself. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within his score as the lead's cut to 8. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
38.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd and 11. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the three to a starting field position like that. Three's not what you're thinking of.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put sixes on the scoreboard.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. They'll set up to throw.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They're going to look to throw.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Coming left is Kamara.
And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he's got room. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Well, on first down, they run with Kamara as he'll take it forward for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gets him the first down yardage there. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. They're looking at third. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Van Jefferson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Darrell Taylor able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man complete. That's Ballard. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards to pick up there.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. open man. It's Rager. He's got it. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Eluding the pressure right. And outbounds right around the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 4. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Come on, set. Go, stand.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Ballard. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He's back to throw. He completes it to Olave. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination.